Hello, this is Dwight Norris of FishingAtWork.com, and here I am. Wait, what is this? There's a road behind me, but as you can see, we're actually here on the Boston Esplanade. This is the inner water here that goes along the shoreline. And as you can see, just how close it is to the city and a highway and all that good stuff and the people running by. And today, I thought I was going to talk more about actually fishing in hot weather, but the breeze is really strong, so it's not bad. But I did walk a little bit of a distance, and my legs are a little sweaty because I'm wearing these pants right here. You know, pants. Sometimes good for fishing, sometimes not. So, if you run into a situation where it's hotter than normal, right now it's 80 degrees, but last week it was like 93, 92, and it was just too freaking hot to be in here out your dress clothes. You get all sweaty. If you're wearing a dress shirt, you might sweat through it. So here are a few tips that you can take. One, if you're wearing a dress shirt, you want to have an undershirt under that, preferably not the thin kind that doesn't have a sleeve. You want one with a sleeve because you're going to be sweating from your pits, and your pits are probably the smelliest thing on you, or the first thing that starts to smell, and that's why they have deodorant. The second is you might want to switch to a pair of shorts, or maybe even roll up your pants to some degree when you get here. Also, if you're wearing like, fancy shoes, or maybe you're wearing boots, I'm not sure. Maybe you might want to switch out to a lighter pair of shoes that have some breathability to them. Right now I'm wearing my Asics. They're good for walking, good for running. They have good grip on the bottom, and if they get a little messed up in the mud or something, then it's not really a problem. But today's actually a decent day, so I don't think I have much to worry about. Sorry, there's a squirrel just walking up next to me, and he looks a little gnarly. Let me take a look at him. A little too friendly. I might have to watch for him. Never know what's going on with animals around here. But I actually just talked to a guy who's fishing. He's right over here. You can see him in the corner. He has a nice little rig going out. He's throwing a bobber with some worms right next to the lily pads. He's catching some small panfish, and he has like a bait catching net out, which I haven't actually used. And he's not actually using it for bait catching. He's actually using it for holding his catch. So he's actually might take these home to eat or something. I'm not sure. I haven't heard of anybody actually taking their food home from here, but they don't recommend it. It's like really close to being recommendable, but they're a little sketchy. So it's like all other government. They want to be 150% sure that it's safe, and right now they don't think so. But this is right next to the ocean. It's probably the cleanest area as you're going to get. The further you go inward toward where all the factories were back in World War II time, it'll probably be a little dirtier. Speaking of that, there's a dam right next to where I live, and they're worried about taking it out because they're thinking about taking out the 18 plus dams they built there to control the flow when they had all that World War II factory stuff, which would have just taken out the factories, and how rivers do. Rivers will eventually return to rivers, and underneath the dirt has piled up behind the dam, and underneath that dirt is, wow, it's really windy here. I'm not sure if you can hear me, but underneath that dirt that's behind the dam is old contaminants, and they're pretty much going to have to stop the flow completely and dig all that bad, who knows what stuff out before they can say they can let the water through again, because that will re-contaminate the river, and that's one thing they don't want to do. But it'll cost lots of money, but that's besides the point. I'll be keeping an eye on it though, because I don't want the river being recontaminated. It's doing great right now. So I'm gonna go fishing, see what I can catch, and I'll catch back up to you later. You can go fishing yourself, or right now, get out there. So I just wanted to say I just had at least a 2-pound bass on here, and he showed his face right before he just fell off the hook. I cast it right next to that first batch of lily pads right there, and came right down here, and I swear, not but 2 feet from shore, right here, boom, he hit it. And I pulled, and then his head was out of the water, and then he shook, and I pulled again, and the hook fell out, and he went back to his little domain. So I'm gonna sit here for a few minutes and see if I can't get him to bite again. So I think that was a reaction bite, and I looked at you. Well, I got him this time. It was a different one, totally different spot, same size bass. This bad boy is like 2.5 pounds. He swallowed this thing. This is awesome. This is fishing at work.